Hello students. Very good day to everyone. So we will solve a full-fledged question today on cash flow statement. So let us follow the steps that I've given in the previous video and then solve the question. So if you remember the previous question, the first step of solving the question was read the question in from additional information. So directly go below the question and read the additional information. Okay. So the first additional information talks about uh, during the year, the plant and machinery with a net book value of 22,500. Accumulated depreciation on this was 67,500. Okay, was sold for 18,000. Fine. So therefore, we have to make accumulated depreciation and fixed asset account. Why? Because the business is the question is maintaining the fixed asset in cost basis. So let us make accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation account. Okay, this is a working note, guys. We have not, we have started this chapter, but we have not started making cash flow statement. This is working note. Okay. Now, accumulated depreciation is a liability, so we'll have a credit balance. How much is the balance? Opening balance. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Tangible asset. So 2017 is opening. So opening balance will be 4,50,000. So opening balance will be 4,50,000. Okay, 4,50,000. And the closing balance, will be 5,62,500. 5,62,500. You see the amount given here? Very good. Now let us read the adjustment. They are saying that one asset was sold whose book value was 22,000. So one part of the asset, out of the total asset, this is the total asset value. One part of the asset was sold whose book value, matlab cost minus depreciation was this much. Okay, book value means cost minus depreciation. And accumulated depreciation on the asset sold was 67,500. So now the asset is sold, but the accumulated depreciation is not required on that asset. So therefore, we'll decrease the accumulated depreciation account by 67,000, 67,500. This accumulated depreciation on assets sold. So we'll decrease it. So 67,500 to what was that name? Plant and machinery account. To plant and machinery account. Okay. Having said that, nothing is left. Let us balance the ledger. Okay. So the total is more on the debit side. So the total on the debit side will be 6,30,000, and the total here is 4,50,000. So 4,50,000 minus 6,30,000 is 1,80,000 will be the balancing figure. Okay. Now this will increase the accumulated depreciation. So accumulated depreciation increases every year only by the depreciation charge of all asset. So depreciation on all asset. Like I said, this depreciation will go in the operating activity. This will go in the plant and machinery account. Okay. So now let us make plant and machinery account. Plant and machinery account. Okay, plant and machinery asset will have a debit balance first. So to balance BD will be 22,50,000, 22,50,000, and by balance CD will be, this is 22 lakh and this is 27 lakh, so 27 lakh. Okay, now let us read the adjustment and pass the entry. They have said that a machinery of book value is now, so book value is 22,500. Okay, was sold for 18,000. That means there is a loss. How much is the loss? Loss of 4,500. 4,500 ka loss. So therefore I said whatever amount you sold will be written here by bank in the bracket you write sale of asset. How much? 18,000. Okay. By loss on sale, by we write by statement of PL, by statement of PL in the bracket write loss 4,500, and also this depreciation will go in the plant and machinery account. Okay, why? Because we have to reduce the value of asset we have to reduce the value of asset that is sold at cost price. So total of this plus this and the depreciation will be the cost. So by accumulated depreciation 67,500. Anything else is mentioned? No, sir, nothing is there. Fine. So now let us balance the ledger. The total of the credit side will be equal to 27,90,000. Okay, 27,90,000, and the balancing figure will come here to the amount of rupees 5,40,000. 5,40,000 to bank. This side means the bank plant and machinery will increase. So plant and machinery will increase only when you purchase. So to bank, you write purchase here. Okay. Now, since we have made the account, the opening and closing balance is of no use. Okay, so like here also in accumulated depreciation, this amount and this amount of is no use. This will go in the operating activity. This will go in the plant and machinery. So this already went to plant and machinery. Done. Chapter close. Now here also the opening balance and the closing balance is of no use. So let us see deal each of the entry first. So buy bank sale of asset. So sale of fixed asset will be investing activity, sir. Very good. Loss on sale will be operating activity, sir. Will be added in the operating activity and adjustment of non-cash. This is gone, sir, because the double entry is done here also and here also, so it will go nowhere. Fine. Purchase of asset will be investing activity. Why? Because purchase and sale of asset will be always recorded in the investing activity. Very good. Done. The first adjustment is done. The second adjustment during the year investment costing. So let us make investment account very quickly. Investment account. Okay. So investment is asset. We'll have a debit balance first. So to balance BD. Where is investment? Investment will be under asset. Under asset, non-current asset. So see, non-current investment. How much is the opening balance? 3,85,000. 2070, yes. 3,85,000 is the opening balance. How much is the closing balance? The same amount, 3,85,000. So very good. Right. By balance CD, 3,85,000. Now let us read the adjustment first. The adjustment says during the year investing costing 1,80,000 was sold at a profit of 12% on cost. So let us sell the investment by bank because selling of the asset will decrease the asset. How much? 1,80,000. Like I said, profit will be in the opposite side. So to how much is the profit? The profit will be, I guess, 22,500. Yes, it 12.5% on 1 lakh it is 22,500. But this profit will not go in the statement of PL like in other cases. Why? Because if you read the question, they said which is transferred to capital reserve. So this will be transferred to capital reserve. This will not go in the statement of PL. Okay, done. Now they also purchase an investment worth of is 1,80,000. So they also purchase the investment of 1,80,000. So in the bank purchase 1,80,000. I guess the account will be automatically balanced. There will be no balancing figure. If you see and total it, there will be no balancing. Oh, sorry, it was sold for 1,80,000 plus 2,25,000. That is, we have to write the total sale value, right? So it will be 2,02,500. 2,02,500. Why? Because it was the cost was 1,80,000 and was sold at a profit of 22,500. So now it will be balance. Okay, it will be 3,85,000. Excuse me. 2 lakh 3,85,000 plus 2,02,500. The total will be 5,87,500. 5,87,500. Okay, done. Now let us see where will the adjustments go. So this will go in the investing activity because the sale of asset. Opening balance and closing balances of no use. Capital reserve will go in the capital reserve balance sheet, and this will go in the investing activity, purchase, outflow of cash. Okay, done. Now the third, this is also done. Number two is done. Number one is done. The third information, tax paid. That means you have to make provision for tax account. So let us make provision for tax account. Provision for tax account. There is a liability, so it will have a credit balance. By balance BD. Let us see where is the provision. Provision for will be short term provision, I guess. Yes, short term provision, but there is a note. So let us go to the note. Short term provision, there is, yes, here is the amount. Opening balance will be 1,57,500. 1,57,500, and the closing balance will be 1,71,000. 1,71,000. Okay. In the adjustment, it is mentioned that tax was paid. When you pay the tax, the provision will be decreasing. The provision will be decreasing. So let us pay the tax. How much? 1,23,750. 1,23,750 is tax paid to bank. Tax paid. Now balance the ledger. The total on the debit side will be 2,94,750. 750, and the balancing figure will come on the credit side, that is 1,37,250. Okay, now balancing figure on the debit side means a credit side means the provision for tax will increase because it's a liability. Liability when credited is increasing. So a provision will only increase when a new provision is made. So right, by a new provision is made from statement of PL. Statement of PL in the bracket. Provision made. 2,94,750. I hope you have understood you are understanding the each and every adjustment, because I have also taught you in the separate video of each and every investment. Okay, so now let us understand which item will go where. Like I said, opening balance and the closing balance is of no use. Tax paid will go in the operating activity at the last, and provision made will go in the calculation of NPBT. Okay, you don't have to write like this here. Okay, this is just for your understanding. Then let us see the next one. They have said number 4, adjustment number 4. The at the beginning of the year, debenture were redeemed at par. So let us see debenture. Debenture will be under long-term borrowings. Long-term borrowings. Okay, there is a note in long-term borrowings. Let us go to the note. Debenture. Debenture was 7,20,000 and later it was Later it was redeemed. So this redemption was at the beginning of year. So why they have given this one? It's very important to understand this adjustment. Why they have said debenture is redeemed at the beginning of the year? Because you have to give interest on debenture. Now you will be confused. You will be confused, sir. Interest will be charged on which amount? There are two amounts of debenture here. Okay, there are two amounts of debenture. One is 7,20,000 and one is 4,95,000. So therefore, interest will be charged on which amount? This 10% will be charged on which amount? So therefore, you have to understand the adjustment. They have said In the adjustment, it said that the debenture at the beginning of the year, debentures were redeemed at par. So this fall in the debenture was at the beginning. That means पूरे साल में हमारे पास डिवेंचर इतना ही था. If it was at the end, if debentures were redeemed at the end, that means पूरा साल हमारे पास इतना था. साल के अंत में मैंने redeem किया और on 31st March the amount became this much. Are you getting my point? My point is that interest on debenture is to be calculated which amount 4,95,000 or 7,20,000. नाउ एडजस्टमेंट में बोला है कि ये जो फॉल इन वैल्यू है ना, दैट इज रिडेम्पशन, इज डन एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ ईयर. इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द ईयर मीन्स पूरा साल में मेरे पास इतना ही था. ओके, इफ द क्वेश्चन वाज सेड वाज रिडीम एट द एंड, एट द एंड मतलब ये जो फॉल चेंज इन वैल्यू है साल के अंत में हुआ, तो पूरा साल मेरे पास 7,20,000 ही था. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट. सो इन दिस क्वेश्चन सिंस डिवेंचर इज रिडीम एट द बिगिनिंग, so the whole amount was 4 lakh. The debentures interest will be calculated on 4,95,000 only. Okay, this is just for understanding. There is no accounts to be prepared. Then interest paid on debentures during the year was 49,500. So obviously 10% of 4,95,000 is 49,000 only. Clear? Understood? Very good. So let us now solve cash flow statement, and we will start cash flow statement after this video. Okay, this was just how to this was just the first step of the question. Okay, it was just the first step of the question, which actually is very long in making you understand. Once you understand this, it will not take more than 2 to 2.5 minutes. Okay, fine. See you in the next video.